Well, what we're gonna do tonight is catch and cook on bluefish. Mike's got the first one. We're gonna bleed it out. Now,
we got the start. Careful, you're gonna get full of the sun.
I got it. Now, Mike's got him a good one. What we're gonna do, we're gonna cut the gills, let it bleed out. We're gonna put it on ice. We're gonna go home and do a catch and cook on bluefish. All these years down here, I've caught hundreds of these. I've never done a catch and cook. So tonight, we're gonna see what bluefish tastes like. Now what I did, I just went ahead and cut the gills, and that helps bleed it out. Now what you see, the movement now, it's just nerves. I really take care of my fish whenever I have to harvest them. And he's going to the dinner table. Well guys, I made it back to the house, and I got my bluefish here. Now I've heard a lot of different things about bluefish. Some people say they're delicious, some people say they're really strong. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna fillet it out, and then we're gonna let it soak in maybe some milk, buttermilk overnight, and then I think we're gonna fry it up. I think that's the safest way for me. So a little anxious about it. I catch them all the time, I just never keep them. So interested in what it tastes like. So let's get this thing flayed up and get that grease popping. Ooh, it's a lot of bloodline on there. I'll have to get all that off. Now, this red meat right here, woo, that's your fillet knife. That red meat, and I could see people, I can understand why it's strong. If you don't cut off that red meat, that's basically blood in the meat. We're gonna cut all that out because I know that's strong. I do that with any fish. And it's just a thin cut. Some people, they don't mind it. I do. I'm bougie when it comes to fish. Just gonna cut out. Gonna cut out that center bloodline. The meat doesn't look bad at all. So definitely curious. So we got it pretty cleaned up. We'll get this one cleaned up, and then we'll get it marinating. So might be a new fish I can keep because I can catch a lot of them, or it may be the last time I eat it. But anyway guys, that's what it is. That's all I'm doing. I'm just cleaning these fillets up, getting that red meat out, and then we're gonna fry it up. Well guys, we have made it into the kitchen on this bluefish catch and cook. And I tell you what, you know, I told y'all earlier I was going to soak it in buttermilk, and I did not. What I soaked it in was a brine solution. All I did was cleaned off the fillets really good, make sure they didn't have any bones in them. And I just filled it up with water, put a little salt on it, and I let it soak all morning. Well, actually all day. And all I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna lay these fillets out on a napkin and just let them dry out a little bit. And we're gonna cook this really, really simple tonight because I really want to get the flavor of the bluefish. So basically what I want to do, I want to get the flavor of the bluefish. I don't want to be drowned out with a bunch of seasoning. I am going to use just a little bit of Tony's Ketchery, just because I love this stuff. I mean, if you live down here in the South, this Creole seasoning for us, you know, from blackening to frying, this is what I use. This is my go-to. But I'm just going to lightly, just put a small amount on it. And then I'm going to put some of this panko, I think that's how you pronounce it, these breadcrumbs. We're going to put a drizzle of olive oil in our pan, and we're just going to pan fry them. That way I can really see what bluefish tastes like. If it's really strong, I can tell you right now, I am not going to like it. But if it's a mild fish, well, I tell you what, I may have a new fish to keep. Now, I have not tried freezing bluefish. If you're a bluefish eater and you freeze bluefish and it turns out okay, be sure to leave a comment in the comment section below. But what we're going to do, we're going to get this pan hot. I'm using my New Wave Pro induction heater cooker. And normally when I cook fish, I cook it outside, but we only got 3 fillets here today. So I figured I'd do it inside. Maybe it won't stink up the condo. So, and I got my red wine. Y'all know me and my cooking. I like to drink my Pinot Noir while I'm cooking. Just a tradition for me. So we're gonna get this induction cooker going. Like I said, we're just gonna drizzle a little bit of olive oil in there. Not very much at all. And I'm going to pat dry my fillets here. Now I probably should rinse them off because they've been soaking in brine, but I didn't put a whole lot of salt in there, so I think they'll be okay. And I'm just going to lightly coat them. When I say lightly, I mean very lightly. Just a little bit. Now for our breadcrumbs. Now you can get these in plain, you can get them in Italian. I like the plain. They're great for like coconut shrimp or whatever. Well, we're just going to take our fillets. Now if y'all are unfamiliar with an induction cooker, it gets hot instantly. It's pretty badass. And I'm just, you can see that or not. Not very much breadcrumbs on there. Just enough for a little texture. I really hope this is good because I do catch a lot of bluefish this time of year. Usually when I'm targeting something else, but they're a very predatory fish, and if you're fishing live bait, bull minnows, finger mullet, if you're around a rocky area like the jetties or whatever, you're going to encounter bluefish. Well, we got our grease popping, we got the fillets on. We can just trash the rest of this. And one little tip I use when I dry my fish off, I go back in the day we used to use the brown paper bags that our groceries would come in. But now you can use newspaper. It saves on using paper towel. And since we only got 3 fillets, we just need one little sheet. And all that's going to do is just soak up excess olive oil that we're using. Or you may decide to use peanut oil or whatever. And one thing about fish, you don't want to overcook it. Especially fillets this small, it's easy to overcook it. I just get it lightly brown on each side. And let me tell you folks, I eat a lot of fish, a lot of fish. I guess everybody that lives down on the coast eats a lot of fish. People ask me all the time, well, where do you eat out? Well, this is it right here. You know, and me and Christian, we've done catch and cooks on hardhead catfish, the gaff top cell cats. I'll put a link in the description if you want to check out some of those videos. We've eaten stingray, and actually stingray is pretty good. We've tried to eat just about everything we've caught down here except for a bluefish and a hardtail. I mean a blue runner. Oh, that was good. You know, I had people tell me the meat would be dark. As you saw in the video earlier, you know, I bled it out. I just cut the gill area, it bled out, and they bleed a lot. God, I mean, it was a bloody mess. I ain't gonna lie to you. But anyway, guys, we're gonna finish frying this up. Looks pretty good. And then we're gonna sit down and try it out. And I'm gonna give you my honest opinion. You know, whether it's a mild fish, a strong fish, and whether I like it or not. So, not too many fish I don't like. I don't like amberjack. That's a little bit on the strong side for me. I'm not a real fan of Spanish mackerel and king mackerel, but I will eat them. So, I'm curious to see how this turns out, and we'll see you at the table in just a minute. Well, I've been letting my fillets, let them sit for a while, let them cool off, and we're ready to try them out. I'm not gonna lie to you, they smell strong. A little nervous here. All right. That was very mild. I am surprised. Like I said, I don't like really strong fish. You can see the, I mean, it's totally white fillets. The meat's not real firm. It's a little, it's not too firm. It's a little soft. I should have rinsed my fillets off. They're a little salty. From soaking in the brine solution, I knew better. I've went through this before back in, you know, I used to do a lot of river fishing and catch a lot of catfish, and I soaked my fillets in brine. Gotta have the wine. But I'll tell you what, that is not bad at all. I mean, it's just as good as anything else I eat as far as fish. I have no problem keeping a bluefish now. That's really good. Like I said, the only process I did, I bled the fish out as soon as I caught it. I brought it home, I filleted it, I soaked it in brine. Now I do let my fish sit on ice for a few hours, and what that does is it draws all the, it kind of firms the meat up, draws the blood in, and I cut out all the red meat. Now, with any saltwater fish, that bloodline is going to be really strong, except for maybe on a pompano or something like, or a whiting or anything like that. But I am really surprised. I won't be throwing bluefish back. The only thing I'm curious about, because it is a soft meat, is how well it freezes. if you eat bluefish and you freeze it and it turns out okay, leave a comment in the comment section below because I'm really curious. But most of my fish I catch and cook the same day, and that's really good. Like I said, I should have rinsed the fillets after soaking in brine. They're a little bit salty, but not a fishy taste at all. Guys, thanks for watching, and if you got any questions, leave a comment in the comment section below. You know, for the last 6 or 7 years, I've always thrown these fish back because of people tell me the meat's really strong, and I think it's how you clean your fish. Same with a hardhead catfish down here or a cell cat. As long as you cut out that bloodline, you're gonna be okay. This is really, really good, and I cooked it as simple as you can cook it, other than just pan frying it with absolutely nothing on it. But I like these. I like the way this tastes. Guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the water. Wow, that was really, really good.